Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So, Wonder Woman 1984 came out yesterday in theaters on HBO Max. Personally, I watched it on HBO Max, and hopefully if you are in an area with high COVID rates, you didn't go to a theater. But anyway, we're going to talk about the movie now, and there will be spoilers, so you have been warned. If you haven't seen the movie and you don't want to be spoiled, maybe turn off the movie. Turn off the video, Yes, so, okay. Overall, I generally enjoyed the movie. It definitely wasn't as good as the first one for me, but I really loved the first one, so I didn't expect it to be as good as the first one, so it's not like a negative necessarily. I thought it definitely had some flaws, but overall was pretty fun. I'm going to start by talking about the things that I didn't like, just so I can, end on a high note. So the first thing that I didn't like was the ending to Barbara's plot, where she just, turned into a cat, and I understand that is her comics character, but I didn't feel like there was anything in the movie that justified her turning into a cat, or that made that arc make sense for the movie, and just because something happens in the comics doesn't mean that it makes sense in context of the movie, and that was just really weird and didn't fit with her arc. And also, since I didn't know in advance that was what was going to happen, I saw that happen and was just like, what is going on here? So that was really weird, and we also didn't really get a resolution to her arc. She refused to renounce her wish, but then she did turn back into a person after Maxwell Lord renounced his wish and, undid everything. But what about her original wish, just to be like Diana? Was that undone? We don't know. I guess it probably was, because all the wishes got undone, but still, it was weird. And we didn't get a resolution, and we also didn't get a resolution about Lord and what happened to him. He finds his son, and there was, a sweet scene where they make up, but, he committed a lot of crimes, so he's probably going to prison now, right? But we don't actually see what happens to either of them, and I thought that was really weird. We didn't get any villain, follow-up, and I thought that was strange. I also thought, the third act fight in general was really strange, where Lord is just standing in, a swirling blue vortex and laughing like a madman. I thought that whole thing came off a little weird, and it dragged on a bit, and I didn't feel like the meeting with the president was needed, so, there was some stuff in the third act that I was just like, what are they doing? But yeah, now for the stuff that I did like in the movie. I liked Barbara's plot in the first two acts, which is why I was disappointed by her weird cat turn, because I thought it was really interesting, her, becoming more confident with that wish, and I thought she was going to make the choice to revoke her wish because she was, stronger, more confident, and I think that would have been a better ending for her. But I did like how they were starting off that arc, and I thought she was a really interesting character at the beginning, and her scenes with Diana, I thought they had really good chemistry together, in the scenes. Another thing I liked was the action sequences, maybe discounting that final, fight, and the one in the White House wasn't great, but I thought the one in the mall was good, and I really liked the one in Cairo. I thought that one was really cool, and, a lot of the earlier ones in general. And for the character stuff, I really liked Diana's arc of learning to let go and move on from Steve. I thought that was a good continuation of her arc in the first one. And, it seemed at first to me 60 plus years was a long time to still be, so, thinking about it and caught up in it, but she's an immortal, so for her, that's kind of not that long, so I guess it makes sense. And yeah, I thought that arc and her having to, accept that he's gone and she can't just have him and has to renounce her wish was well done, and I hope we see a continuation of her arc and her, emotional journey in a third one. I'm hoping they make a third one and we get to see that. On the topic of Steve, I loved his, reaction to all the modern technology and stuff. I really loved him, geeking out over the new, air travel advances that they've made, and, how excited he was to see they've gone to space and things like that. Which ties into another thing I loved, which was the invisible jet. I was so happy when they did that, and when they flew the invisible jet through the fireworks, I thought that was really great. I thought at first I was really, she can fly now, but I grew to like it by the end, and apparently she flies in the comics, so I thought that was pretty cool. Even though I didn't think the setup for it was great, the scene with Maxwell Lord and his son just kind of got to me anyway. I thought that was a sweet, emotional scene, even though, like I said, I didn't feel like it was set up that well. I still liked that payoff. So yeah, and I really loved the end credits scene with Lynda Carter. I thought that was a great callback for all. So yeah, general, I thought the movie was a fun watch. The plotting and pacing could have been better, but I thought the character stuff mostly made up for it, and there were some great scenes and moments. So yeah, I thought it was a good watch. My overall rating for it is a 6.5 out of 10 because I felt like the ending didn't really live up to what the beginning did, and it definitely wasn't as good as the original, but I still enjoyed the movie and thought that it was good and think it's, worth watching if for some reason you hadn't seen it yet and were watching this video anyway and just had a whole bunch of stuff spoiled. But yeah, so that's my review of the movie, and thank you for watching. Bye!